Just try to beat the copyright. Bum 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 bum. If we're not practicing that, we were very in sync.
Hello, welcome to the Gateway Gamers Podcast. My name is Bryan Marvel, joined, as always, by the fantastic RP Walsh.
Flame on!
Flame on. If you see the title, you know we're geeking out over the Fantastic Four Marvel United expansion. We are in the middle of our Marvel United summer, as this is a podcast where we talk about board games. I introduce RP to the world of board games, as well as the audience, with Marvel United being one of our earliest games that we kind of covered. You fell in love with, I fell in love with, and I think the community as a whole loves this game.
Yes.
So, as I said, we're talking about the Fantastic Four box. What's your history of Fantastic Four, RP? I know you are absolutely jazzed up for the new movie that's coming out this week, but what is...
Oh, there's a movie coming out?
Yes, it is. We already got tickets. Stop acting cool. You already bought the figures. You're already buying a giant $80 Galactus head.
I will not be purchasing the popcorn bucket, but I will be purchasing the popcorn, or the one popcorn bucket from Regal, and possibly a couple cups, because all this stuff looks cool. I have just purchased some merch. I had to get my wife a Silver Surfer shirt, because she loves
loves the Silver Surfer.
Rise of the Silver Surfer, terrible movie. But yes, no, I'm a huge Fantastic Four fan. I would not say they're my favorite superhero, but if you were to say, "Hey, what's your favorite superhero team?" 100% it's the Fantastic Four.
The Fantastic Four.
It's Fantastic Four. I love them. My history with them is I like the movies, the original movies growing up. The first one. I never liked the second one, and still to this day don't. And then the reboot of the Miles Teller one, garbage. But I've always just enjoyed them. Didn't know too much about them. And then when Marvel Studios was like, "Hey, new Fantastic Four is coming out," I was instantly jazzed and excited and dove deep into the comics. And still am reading them now, the new stuff that comes out, and even finishing up Hickman's initial run on Fantastic Four, which kind of closed out like a year run that Mark Waid jumped on halfway through, which is my starting point based off your recommendation actually, which was great. I loved it. So I have been obsessed with the Fantastic Four for about 2 or 3 years, I would say. Super excited about this movie coming out. I think everything about it looks incredible. I love most of the casting. And my favorite Fantastic Four character is Invisible Woman. I love Sue Storm. She's my favorite, excluding Doom, obviously. Doom is Doom.
One of the best villains, but of the four, of the family.
Of the family, I think Sue is my favorite. I think she's one of the most powerful heroes in the entire Marvel universe, that I'm really excited to get to see really brought to life, as she should in the movies. But yeah, no, I've loved them. My dad was a big Fantastic Four. He liked the cartoon, like back in the day.
This 60s one.
Yeah, he liked that. So yeah, that's just kind of my history, and we've talked about it at length over on previously recorded. So if you yourself are a Fantastic Four fan and want to hear us talk about the movies, we did it.
Yeah, I'll
last
definitely
summer.
put those links up for sure, because those movies are interesting for what they are.
The first one's good.
Yeah, especially going into the new movie. I'll say Fantastic Four are definitely some of my favorite characters. They definitely... I talked about before, I'm an early 90s kid with like the cartoon. So if they had a cartoon, that's kind of what I gravitated towards. So Spider-Man, X-Men, Batman, and Fantastic Four also had a short run in the 90s with the cartoon. And I had a lot of their figures more than Spider-Man and whatnot for whatever reason. I don't know why the family of the Fantastic Four and some of the villains resonated more like figure wise than
Yeah,
Spider-Man
sure.
would. Like looking back, I would have should have bought all Spider-Man characters, but I just remember having the Thing and all those characters and
The
how
blue-eyed, ever-loving thing.
they tried to have Mr. Fantastic like stretch, but it was just you could pull his arm a little bit, and that was the extent of it. But Fantastic Four have always been some of my favorites. Like I said, the Mark Waid run that I told you to read is fantastic. No
Yeah.
pun. I'm going to say fantastic a lot. I'm trying to think that when the 2000s movie came out, I was fine with it for the time because that was what we were being served
Yeah.
in with superhero movies. So it was cheesy and corny, but the Fantastic Four are also cheesy and corny, so it kind of worked. I
It's
never watched the newest Fantastic Four movie
good.
because I had zero interest because I knew it was garbage.
It's terrible.
And that's it. Like I never fell off, but I just stopped reading comics kind of in general, so I don't even know what they're up to nowadays. But I know it's just more of the same, and then multiverse insanity and
Yeah, they're rebooting it again from the same writer though, because there's this whole Doom thing going on in the
mm.
comics that I think that's why. But I
Also
read
people are gonna be jumping on with the
yeah,
movie, so they just
exactly. I read it for about 2 years and then I was like, this isn't doing anything for me.
mm,
Like they had Dinosaur Avengers, like they had to kind of fight and communicate with literally like a Tony Stark that's a dinosaur, or Doom that's a
yeah,
dinosaur.
why not?
And I was like, I'm not. It was written by Ryan North, who did Adventures with Gumball or something like that.
Okay.
And so to me, it's just not the Fantastic Four vibe that I want. But yeah, no. So if you're looking for stuff, there's a lot of good things out there. They have a lot of cool, campy villains, because they themselves are campy, and
hmm
that's why I think the early 2000s movie holds up because it's
Yeah.
it's super campy.
Yeah, they are for sure the team that comic book wise has kept that 60s charm and camp. Like they've modernized for sure, but for some reason I always felt like Fantastic Four were still like very cheesy in the good way that they kind of should be.
Yes, and I think there's no way there, even if you serious like make them very serious, which there's moments of Hickman's run that
hmm
are, there's still a campiness to them, but like, Reed is an awesome character. I love Reed Richards, smartest man in the universe. So, and I like that the approach that they're taking with the new movie is it looks, we haven't seen it yet, but it looks fantastic. Like it
Yeah,
looks,
and it's family heavy, which is what also makes them unique in a way,
yes,
is that family
absolutely.
dynamic.
For sure. But huge Fantastic Four fan. Um, so if you have any questions, well, if you're looking for, if you're looking for a jumping on point, Mark Wade's jumping on point from back in. If you have Marvel Unlimited app,
Yeah.
absolutely the place to start. Or Hickman. Hickman's good too. It's just a little bit more serious.
Yeah, if you want to read the comics for sure. I
I
those
mean,
are the ones I always recommend.
they literally meet God in the Mark Wade run.
Yeah, and it's what's his name?
He's an artist.
It's supposed to be Ditko.
Ah, that's right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because he created them. So
Anyway,
yes, enough movie talk, enough Fantastic Four comic book talk. This is a board game podcast. So when this box was announced, it was in the middle of the X-Men campaign, which was their Simon's second campaign that they were running through Kickstarter for Marvel United. I remember you and I immediately losing our minds for this one. So
I
the
remember
X,
you sent me a screenshot
yes,
and we both went like, whoa.
yeah. So I like when they run Kickstarters because I like kind of throughout the day they unlock a character. You, I, and Preston are all in a group chat. We're like, oh, this guy got unlocked. This guy. So the X-Men one, as much as I like the X-Men, they were doing deep cut X-Men. Where I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. That character, okay, all right, like whatever. We'd send them back and forth. You're like, who even is this guy? And I'm like, I barely know. The mic drop for the campaign was this box. This was the
Yeah.
last thing they kind of announced. I was already buying it, but this solidified it. Where I was like, damn, I was like, that is a great, unexpected box to add because we knew there was another box coming, but we just didn't know what it was. And I'm guessing weird X-Men stuff, but to drop the Fantastic Four was such a great idea to just randomly put him with the X-Men. Like
Oh,
it
hell yeah.
fits. It works. It fits. Like it was a great mic drop. So in this box, you have the family of
You have Mr. Fantastic, Invisible Woman, the Human Torch. Everybody loves Johnny. The Thing,
mhm, the
uh,
Thing,
Silver Surfer. Doom is a anti-villain or
yeah, the
his
anti-hero, so he's the
anti-hero.
villain
Sorry,
and the
sorry.
hero.
And then a Super-Skrull, which
And
the
then the
sculpt of the Super-Skrull is awesome.
yeah, which is a Kickstarter exclusive, even though this box is a Kickstarter exclusive. So I when I looked at my box, the Super Scroll says like KS, which is normally Kickstarter exclusive. This box isn't for sale. So I don't know
No.
why. I don't know if they planned on it.
Oh,
And
maybe.
maybe it was like a licensing thing, but also this is when that weird time of they were like,
But
hey, this
they,
could be a Kickstarter exclusive, was a Kickstarter exclusive.
yeah, but this box was, I thought was always going to be Kickstarter exclusive.
But yeah, I don't know. Then why have KS with Super Scroll like when you have them in the description on the manual? I don't know. It was just a weird.
Yeah, I don't know. That's weird.
Yeah, because I at first I'm like, oh, that's let me look it up, and you can't even buy this one on Amazon. Like
You can, but it's
I couldn't find it today when I looked. You know
it's
how
a
much
ton
you
of money.
go sidebar real quick. You know how much the Infinity Gauntlet box is going for on Amazon?
Yeah, like $100.
Like $200 now.
Yeah.
Yeah, Oliver's going to college, baby. Marvel United wholesale. So anyway, we have the characters of Mr. Fantastic, the Invisible Woman thing, Human Torch, Silver Surfer, like I said, which they're amazing. Like it really is, like you said, the sculpt of all of them
Oh, yeah, incredible.
are they went above and beyond for this box. Mr. Fantastic's all stretched out and weird looking. Invisible Woman is half invisible. The Thing is just girthy. The Human Torch is that
It's like it looks like he's on fire. Like
yeah,
it's
it's
a
a
red paint.
clear red orange like plastic that they used a lot during the X-Men campaign, and it looks like really great. It was a good touch to not do like half of him, but to do all of them like
Yes.
that. The Silver Surfer is also super cool because he's silver. It's not a blue hero that you have to paint. He comes silver. Like it was very unique. Doctor Doom is a cool sculpt. Him just raising his fist to the air. And like you said, the Super-Skrull is like really cool looking.
It's red as a normal villain is, but then it has the part of it as Johnny Storm, like the that it's mimicking
Yeah, the
is
base is on fire
yeah, and then its arm is invisible
and stretched out.
and stretched out, and so it's clear, like very, very cool.
Yeah, then a giant clobberin time fist because of the Super-Skrull's powers, which we'll talk about when we get to him because he is super cinematic when you fight him. So when we played this game, you picked your favorite character. So start us off with the Invisible Woman. Tell us a little bit about her.
Sure. So Sue is a pretty good hero. There's also a component of this where like all four of them are out. There's a
Oh yeah, yeah. Let's get into that because a lot of their cards. So you haven't played with them yet, but I have them all through the campaign and buying them separate. They eventually added in the third campaign these team cards, essentially, where if you have a certain group that were part of a comic book team, you could use these cards and they make
yeah,
them slightly better. So they have the X-Men and there's additional cards you could do a little bit extra. And if you pick all the members of the X-Men, they have like Heroes of Wakanda, so it's like Black Panther, Shuri, uh, whoever is kind of associated. Winter Soldier is associated with them.
yeah,
So it's a very cool dynamic. I feel like this was the precursor for that.
yeah. It was like they were testing it out a little bit.
It's broken. The
Yeah.
Fantastic Four's version is super broken, where it's each one of the Fantastic Four family members have a card called Teamwork, where they will add a token to this teamwork card, but every additional character that plays the teamwork card can use all those tokens that you put on the card. So the first person who uses it doesn't get anything, but they add a token. The next teamwork you card uses whatever token was added. adds their own. So each time you use it, by if you are able to use it the eighth time, you're doing seven different things plus your card. It's
Yep. It's
absurd.
crazy. So when we typically play, we don't use it. I've never used it.
So it depends on who I'm fighting. If I'm fighting a villain I know I'm going to have trouble with and I'm guaranteed to win, I'll use the Fantastic Four card because it's that broken. But yeah, you don't need to use it, but it's also kind of stupid not to use it because of it's part of their gimmick.
True. And when they're
So
together, nothing's stronger than family. So
that's
why
right,
not?
family.
So that's a team. That's a teamwork element. So there's a
Yeah.
couple cards in here that have teamwork. Sue has ones where she can add a jump or a heroic action. Um, so then you perform all the tokens that are on there, and then you add one to it.
Hmm.
Pretty cool, as we talked about, but kind of game breaky. Then there is invisibility as her power. And it says as long as this card is face up in the storyline, when the top card of the mastered plan deck is revealed, you may choose not to take any damage until the beginning of your next turn. If you do so, next turn you must play your card face down. So kind of an advantage if you are low on health maybe and you
Hmm.
draw at the next or for whatever reason. It's pretty cool. I don't think it's a maybe necessarily a huge advantage, but it's something different and
Yeah,
unique.
it's an option. The fact that it says may
Yeah,
instead of needing to,
need
I think
to.
it's a good
Yeah,
yeah, it's a good balance because it when you play a card face down next, you're negating the next player's turn
right,
of
right.
action. So yeah, there's a good balance to it.
Yeah. And then psionic force fields, which you just gain two wild card tokens, and then you do a wild card.
Yeah,
So
absurd.
yeah, it's crazy. In terms of like her actual cards, I think she is pretty well balanced. I don't think that there's like an overpowering of punches or jumps. I think it's pretty much straight, kind of across the board, a good variety. Nothing is
Hmm.
overpowering. Nothing is. She's not attack heavy. She's not heroic heavy. She's very balanced, which
Hmm.
is not a bad thing, but also not a good thing. Blue-eyed, ever-loving thing.
Yeah, the hero of Yancey Street, Ben Grimm, the blue-eyed, ever-loving thing. Um, as you would expect, the thing is attack heavy, as you should be. He has a lot of punch. He has a good amount of wild card, which I think this team has a decent variety of wild card options, which also makes him kind of cheaty, but it is what it is.
Hmm.
His biggest card is clobberin time. You can punch two times against a single target, and then punch two additional against a different target, and that's on a jump card. So you can jump to where you need to jump and then just beat the heck out of something.
Hell yeah.
His teamwork ability adds punches. Like that's it. Both of them, most of them have like one attack and one movement. His both of his just add punch. And then his starting card, Rock Like Skin, is as long as this card is face up storyline, you can ignore one damage during each villain turn. Super thematic. He is what he is. He avoids damage. He is just a punching machine. He's really well rounded. Like I like him as a character, not even just with the Fantastic Four, but on his own or mixed with other characters. He's really good. It's good to have just a beat stick.
Hmm. And that's what he should be.
Hmm.
All right. Well, then next I had Mr. Fantastic, which you would think is like a lot of jumps and stars, but there's actually primarily heroic actions in his deck. Um, but he still does have his nice variety of punch. So he also has the teamwork card, and you can add a wild card and a jump. And on those cards, is respectively is a wild card and a jump. But then he also has plasticity. So as long as this card is face up in the storyline during your hero turn, you can use one of your heroic actions or punches actions in an adjacent location. So there's only one of those cards, but it's as long as it's face up in the storyline. So that means as long as there's nothing that can remove it from the storyline or for whatever reason have to discard it, this is a great card and very thematic.
Yeah, and it's his starting hand card, so that's what you start with.
Yep, so you have it.
You immediately,
I love it. I think it's great. It's thematic, it's him, and it's not too cheaty. Like it's
mhm.
it's fair. You get to use up another one. It's not like you get an additional one like these other teamwork ones. So I like it.
Yeah, and being able to manipulate the spaces next to you is huge sometimes without needing a jump, but be able to
It's
hit
yeah.
the places next to you. And not a lot of characters have that, so that's extremely useful.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
All right. And then I have the Human Torch, Johnny Storm. Really cool character, a lot of movement as you would expect, a lot of damage as you would expect. His teamwork is he adds one jump to the Fantastic Four card as well as one heroic action. He has Pyrogenesis, which is his starting hand card. As long as this card is face up the storyline, you could treat heroic actions as punches. That's amazing. That's a really good card because I think more times we need heroic actions, or more time we need punches over heroic actions.
Yep,
Like, I
absolutely.
feel like in our gameplay, we've been stun it more that way than needing heroic actions. His big attack is Nova Flame, where you discard one card from your hand to the bottom of your deck and deal 2 damage to everything in that location. Good card, also damaging. If there's other characters, you damage the other characters, your hero characters. You're damaging yourself by discarding that one card, and then you're also discarding everything there. So every little henchman goon, as well as every civilian. So again, just a really cool thematic character that I just love playing. Like this box, can't say enough good things about it.
Flame on. And then in honor of my wife, I was the Silver Surfer. So Silver Surfer is wild card heavy. Majority of the cards that you play as the Silver Surfer have the wild card token. Just like Mr. Fantastic, he has an ability that as long as his cards face up, you can punch or heroic action in a different location, which is cool because, Silver Surfer flies around different planets. Like, why
Hmm.
not? Also has teleport, which allows you to move to any location. Then he also has near immortality, which it says as long as this card is up in the storyline, you can draw 2 cards during your draw step of your turn,
Hmm.
which near immortality, because again, the amount of cards you have in your hand is your life. So, for those who just don't remember. And then dimensional travel. It says if you're not in the villain starting location, replace your location with any other not in play. So you move everything from your location to the new one. So
Yeah,
actually pretty cool.
yeah,
Pretty
interesting.
thematic. It's interesting. It's a little different. I think now this is, moving to different locations or doing things like that is more common in these other boxes, mainly like multiverse and everything. But for the
Yeah,
time,
but you could pull any location from the existence of the game.
yeah, yeah,
So that, yeah, now that I have all three like Kickstarters, I could pull. I have a huge library to pull from
yeah.
and
No, you
just
do.
do whatever. And like being able to pick and choose what location and what the starting or ending power would be is pretty
It's
big. If I could just like, oh,
it's
I want Aunt May's house there so I could heal more and just
yeah.
throw Aunt May's house there.
It's pretty awesome and
Yeah.
very thematic. So the 4 locations that come in this box too just is Mount Wundagore, 4 Yancey Street, Latveria, and the Baxter Building too.
Hmm.
So you can't even play a full round with this. As all these are, you need the original
Yeah,
box.
this is expansion.
Yeah.
All right, and last but not least for the heroes, I have Victor Von Doom. Very cool character, extremely wild card heavy, extremely attack heavy. He only has one heroic action, which makes sense. Like
Yep.
one of his cards generate heroic action. Everything else is like a wild card or a punch. His super not super. His starter card is awesome because I just love the title of it, where it's "Pain is for lesser men." It's just such a Doom like thing he would say. And as long as it's face up in storyline, each damage you take during the villain's turn, you gain one movement, one heroic action, or one punch token. So when you're getting damaged, you're getting stronger. Like I really like that. That's a really cool power for Doctor Doom. His other specials, he has three of them, and they're all the same. Says mine is the power. This turn, you could use the symbols of the bottom three of the three previous cards in the storyline,
Well,
and then turn them face down, which isn't that big of a deal. It really depends on what villain you're fighting, but that turning them face down doesn't do much unless the card says if this needs to be face up. Yeah, being able to access the three previous cards could be really cool if you're grabbing three cards that have the symbols that you kind of need, or they're double symbols. So if the three previous cards are three double wilds because you set it up that way, you're doing an absurd turn. Like he can do a
yeah.
lot with what he has.
Hmm. He's the man.
Yeah. So we'll jump right into him as a villain now because as we said, he's an anti-hero. So
And he has a special setup.
yeah, so Doctor Doom starts in Latveria, which is one of the locations. You don't place a threat card Latveria like you normally would. Instead,
Ye-
you replace all the thugs with his Doom bots.
Yeah, so the first time I played this on my own, I went crazy looking for the threat card that goes there
Mm.
because I didn't read the instructions.
Yeah, because normally
And
you get six. He only
yeah,
comes
you
with
get,
five. Yeah,
and he
you
only
think you
comes with,
lost one.
I thought I lost one and I was going nuts. I was like, I texted you and I was like, hey, did you take it by accident? And you're like, oh, I'll have to check. And I was like, wait, okay, I'm an idiot.
Mm.
Got it. Move on.
Yep, yeah. Sometimes those special setups mess me up. I don't always read the back of their cards
Yeah.
because you don't need to all the time.
Yeah,
So
because you're just used to it.
yeah, just everything being on the front that you need. So it definitely there's a couple villains where I messed up their setup with the special setup nonsense. So he has a basically a track that goes from 0 to 20. When it reaches 20, the heroes lose. It's very standard. His special thing is as long as there's any Doom bots in Doom's location, he can't be damaged. Once per turn, a hero can forfeit one action to discard one of the crisis tokens. Heroes cannot affect the master plan deck in any way. The crisis tokens are given by his threat cards and master plan cards, and they affect the Doom track. So when you're given crisis tokens, there's certain cards he has that flips over that says increase the Doom track by the number of crisis tokens that you kind of have. So he's a good race. He's a good character where you're racing him. You got to try to stop him as quick as you can with the crisis tokens going on you.
Yeah.
This box doesn't have any token removal, but you and I have played characters that'll just randomly be like remove a crisis token where it's
Yeah.
not even pertinent in the game.
Yep.
Where I'm just like, this is a waste because it doesn't do anything. So
Hmm.
obviously those characters would be good against Doctor Doom, where you could discard, but you can also use one of your actions to discard the crisis tokens, which is neat. So especially with the Fantastic Four having so many options
Oh yeah,
for
for sure.
actions with their Fantastic Four card ability, it doesn't really necessarily affect them all the time. His BAM, whenever he gets a BAM activation, you deal one damage to each hero in Doom's location, and then you do one damage to each hero in a location with any Doom bot, and then you increase the track by 2. So, have you played? I know we played this forever ago, and I don't remember how we did. Have you played this kind of since or recently solo?
Yes.
And how did you do? Like, how did you feel Doom was overall as a villain?
I thought he was good. It came down to the wire.
Hmm.
But I did win. I thought he was a good villain. I like this the Doombots,
Yeah.
as you have to say. You can't say Doombots, you have to say Doombots. But yeah, no, I didn't think it didn't feel like incredibly thematic, but it was cool. Like I
Yeah.
wasn't, there's a little bit of the theme there, but it didn't feel overwhelming. Like
Hmm.
we didn't have a choice. That's also because the Fantastic Four work incredibly well together.
Incredibly well against him. Yeah.
So, I mean, that's kind of why, but it's nothing compared to the Doom in the multiverse
Yep.
box.
The
That's
God Doom. Yeah.
near impossible to beat. So if you're looking for a more tame version, um, I think this is kind of it if you can get your hands on it.
Yeah, I think he's a good, pretty standard. I would say standard villain, but I like the race of it all, of racing to try to beat that counter, trying to keep the crisis tokens off you
Yeah,
while
why not
also
add
beating the Doom bots. Like it's a good
why not add
all over the place.
an additional element of stress to this game?
Yeah, yeah, why not? But also just it it felt very much like fighting Doom, where it's just like, I have to do this and this and
Yeah.
this. There's no one straight path to kind of beating them.
Nope.
However, the true, I say, villain of this box, because Doom was fun, the Super-Skrull thematically is incredible.
Yeah, so I'm not as familiar with the Super-Skrull. I may have played him once, but he just looks awesome.
Yeah, so do you know much about him or no at all?
Well, I
Like,
know it from the comics, like I know, but in terms of this game, no.
oh, okay. So yeah, so for anyone who doesn't know, because he's not a super well-known character unless you know the Fantastic Four, the Skrulls are a race of shape-shifting aliens. They've been thwarted a bunch of times by the Fantastic Four.
I mean, there
So
was an entire TV show dedicated
yeah,
to
that's
it.
right. There was a
That was
terrible TV show
terrible.
that no one watched, even us.
Yeah,
So,
I just rewatched it. It's terrible.
oh, I'm sorry. So, so the Super Skrulls tried to replicate the Fantastic Four's powers. Eventually, they recreated other powers as well. They did like X-Men Skrulls and other Super Skrulls, but this was kind
Everybody,
of the first iteration of the Super Skrull, and he has the Fantastic Four's powers. So he himself can stretch, he could turn invisible, he could turn to fire, and he's also super strong and can turn himself into rock. Very cool villain, very campy, just very stupid in a way, where it's just like,
yeah, but cool. Because
yeah,
like,
it's like
because that
Justice League.
the prevalence of the scrolls was like Secret Invasion and
Mm,
like that comic line, the not the show, the comic line
yeah.
was
Yeah, they
fantastic.
definitely they cooled them up. Back in the 60s though, they were just
Oh yeah.
they were goblins. They were just sneaky little goblins. So I like this idea. Just Justice League has their own version with Amazo where he takes a Justice League's powers. It's just a stupid mirror of like, hey, I have these powers, now you have the same powers. How do we fight our own powers? So in any time he's in a comic or TV show, I think he's a good guy now. I don't even know. I can't keep track.
I have no idea.
Yeah. So Super-Skrull, as I said, super thematic. The biggest thing about him that makes him unique and thematic is how he attacks you. So when you're revealing his cards or when you land on some of his threats, he'll deal damage to your character depending on the storyline. So in this game, the cards that you play down face up are considered in the storyline. The next hero you play uses the previous cards in the storyline, and that's they take the token. So if I played the Thing and he had a jump on his card, the next character I play, Human Torch, if he has a punch, I can also use jump from the previous card in the storyline.
Yep.
Uh, so Super-Skrull also manipulates the storyline where if the previous card in the storyline was a punch, he does one damage to all the heroes in Super-Skrull's location. If it's a heroic action, he does one damage to a hero in adjacent location. If it's a jump, he moves clockwise to the next location. If it's a wild card, he adds a crisis token to his dashboard. And if it is
A special effect.
a special effect, like we kind of said with Mr. Fantastic, being able to manipulate heroic actions to fist or whatever he does, he heals from that. So anytime there's a heroic or not a special effect card in the line, he gets healed
Yep.
above his starting value of, we'll say 4. He has 4
4.
health. He could keep going up, 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 up.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's
That's super thematic.
yeah, and it's stressful because you are now
Thinking about every card that you
thinking about
play.
what you're playing because he could be able to kind of manipulate from that. And that's something,
I'm gonna have to get this to the table like ASAP with the Super Scroll because That's awesome.
Yeah, and it's not anything I've ever seen, at least from what I've played, another villain kind of does.
Yeah, not that I can recall.
Yeah, I can't recall anybody that uses your timeline in that way to the point where, like we said, you have to think about what you're playing. It's like, oh, I could play this awesome wild card with a special effect, but it's going to heal him and he's going to add a crisis token to his dashboard. So the crisis tokens for Super-Skrull are he can't be damaged for every crisis token on him. So when you're adding crisis tokens, that's additional health. It's representing the thing's powers of invulnerability.
Yep.
He also kind of adds them through, I think, a couple of his cards, but not much. It's mostly the wild card element that's adding that. So Super-Skrull wins when each hero has at least one KO token on them.
You also
Normally,
get
you just
you also
was that
get heroes. The heroes get starting tokens when you verse him,
so
which
that's the
that's
super villain mode.
okay.
Yeah, so every character has a
Super villain mode.
super villain mode with there's a set of cards in the one game.
Gotcha.
Yeah, again, I don't even look at that side of the pack because I never do a super villain mode because this game's hard enough sometimes.
Yeah, I've done like the takeover challenge and like things like that.
Hmm.
That like the little mini games that they give you, like they because we don't really talk about it that much, but because like you said, the way to play this game is hard enough.
Yeah. Well,
But
this
they
box
do,
adds one.
yeah,
Yeah, the takeover challenge, I think,
yeah.
where
So that's what I was saying.
overflow, yeah,
So yeah, if you overflow, what is it?
it adds to another board. If that board fills up, you lose. It's just
Yep, it's another way to play the game, which is interesting. And some of the other boxes do this, but I think it's not as good as playing the game as the
yeah,
game
I'm not
should be
good enough
played.
at this game that I need to be adding more to it. My win-loss
I've
ratio is pretty standard. Like I think I'm right in the middle.
I've also like I've done it, and I haven't been like, oh, that added to the game for
Hmm.
me. Like I was like, oh, this, it's fine.
It doesn't add to the theme. It's
No,
not. It doesn't feel like ooh, this takeover mode fits Doctor Doom. It's like, why would
exactly.
Doctor
And
Doom care about
he just,
overflow?
yeah, I mean, he just wants total domination.
Yeah. So like I said, he wins when each hero receives a KO token. So it's essentially when he kills each character one time, you lose. When a hero is KO'd, you don't activate a BAM. Instead, you just draw a master plan card and add it face down to a storyline. And all that is just ramping up his deck. Because once you draw every card for a villain, you also lose. Yeah, so Super-Skrull, super fun to play against. He's one I've fought a lot. This box in general is one I've played a lot. If I had to rank all the boxes, this is top three easily.
Yeah, yeah, I do. I love this box too.
Hmm.
This is when I get excited. Well, I don't know if it'd be top three. Ooh, that's tough.
Yeah, I think it's top three for me. It's thematic. The theme's there. You know, you and I love
I
oozing
love the.
theme, and the
I
theme is
know.
here. Every character feels like the character. Every villain is fun to play against, and they feel like what
I
they
would.
should do.
I
And they're
would.
broken as hell.
That's
I
true.
need to like this might be the box from now on that whenever I'm fighting a
When
villain,
yeah,
these are
use
the
them.
four that I use. Just
I, I would definitely say the boxes that I own. This is my favorite, and it's one of the best I've done. But like, I'm also thinking of like the Infinity Gauntlet box is
see,
great.
I like that box, but it's not one that I go to a lot.
Well,
Sinister
because it's
Six,
in depth. The Sinister Six is a top
yeah,
box.
Sinister Six top box just for Mysteria alone. This, and I would have to sit and really think what the next one would be.
Yeah, I'm fine with putting it in top three.
But yeah, we'll do a top five at the end of the summer.
There.
So be sure to listen. Look forward to that. So that's a Fantastic Four box. We're gonna wax poetic about each one of these boxes. There's not a bad box that has been in this game. I think I'll say it every episode. Marvel United is easily one of my favorite games, one of my most played games, the game that I have the most expansions for, the game that hits the table the most, both solo and with people. So I can't say anything bad about it, especially this box being one of my favorites. It's the only problem I have with this box, and I'll say it every time, is the Kickstarter
Yeah.
BS of it all. The fact that you can't buy this easily, but as we're promoting and telling how wonderful it is, and it goes for like hundreds of dollars is nonsense. The best boxes they put out are some of the Kickstarter boxes, and I hate that.
Yep, absolutely. The only reason I have it is because of our great friend Preston, was sold it to me for for
Pennies.
pennies. It was more than fair. Like it was, he was so kind and so generous as he
Yeah,
always,
it just
as our
hooked you
boy
up.
P is. Love you, P, if you're listening. But he did because he knows I love the Fantastic Four.
Mm.
But yeah, no, that's my same. That's what the exact same problem I have with this game is that you can't get everything when you want it. But if you do have it, it's a great game,
Hmm.
and there's other ways to get around
Yep.
some of those things if you really want to try.
Yeah, or find it somewhere. I mean, I don't recommend spending hundreds of dollars, but some people who are completionists spend $100 for this box because it's an amazing box.
Nah, no more than 30 a box.
You're so you're not a completionist. You're not.
No, you see my like ragtag of different boxes I have downstairs. I don't even have the
Well, that's
multiverse
because I
box
have
yet.
everything. You just you all you
And
need is me.
my wife hates this game. She literally hates this game
No.
because she's
Does
like,
she know
ah,
Silver Surfer's in it?
she does.
Hmm.
But she was like, she said like, oh, it's
She didn't get it.
she doesn't get
Hmm.
into it like we do, where we're like, oh, we're gonna take down like she's just like,
Yeah.
nah, okay.
Yeah, we do voices. We make a whole comic book scenario of it. We really nerd it up because we're just two
Yeah.
nerds.
We are huge, two giant, huge nerds.
So that's it. We're gonna wrap this one up. I don't know what our next episode would be. This was the episode that we kind of like revolved the whole
The
summer
summer
around,
around. Yep.
where we just said, well, Fantastic Four movie's coming out. We have to play the Fantastic Four box. And then it was just evolved into, we'll just talk about all of them all summer. Who cares?
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
we might, maybe Galactus. I don't know. Maybe Civil War. We have so many boxes still to go through. It's insane with how much content there is. Their
Civil War might
promising DC's coming out. I didn't back it, but I'm still looking forward to it because I know it's going to be amazing.
I can't wait till the day where I can have
Witching Hour.
Mr. Fantastic. Yeah.
Yeah, we should keep tabs. If you've been following, he still doesn't have Witching Hour. I got it next day delivery for Prime. So
Yeah, yeah. I can't wait to have that box and not touch it, but uh to the day where I can have Mr. Fantastic and Batman together
hmm
taking down
Mr.
Lex
Terrific and Mr.
Luthor and
Fantastic.
doing,
That's
yeah,
cool.
yeah, Mr. Terrific for sure is the man. But yeah, for sure.
Yeah, super excited for all the content, everything. Hopefully, Simon could deliver.
Maybe we'll do Civil War next because you can, or by the end of the summer because
No, for sure. That's one of
you
the
can get
cooler
it
boxes.
and you can get it on Amazon.
Yeah, but also it's just a great box with real
Yeah,
unique way to play. So yeah, for sure. That might be one coming up. Add it to the list.
add it to the list.
Yeah. So thank you so much. If you like what you hear, you will love what you see on our Instagram, Gateway Gamers Podcast. Find us with our logo. It's pretty easy. If you are listening to a podcast, you know how to work Instagram. Also, other socials that we don't use as much. Facebook, I've got Threads. We're on Board Game Geek. I am becoming more active on Board Game Geek. I am putting a lot more in-depth reviews on the Board Game Geek, so follow us on there. And we have merchandise. If the biggest way to support us is through merchandise, buy a sticker, buy a hat, buy a shirt from Redbubble or TeePublic. But times are tough. I get it. If you really want to support us, give us a rating, give us a like, give us a comment. Uh, Apple Podcasts, 5 stars.
Give us a comment.
Spotify, you can rate now and comment. Leave us a comment. Tell us what you liked. Tell us what you didn't like. Mostly what you liked. So thank you, RP, once again for joining me. I am super excited to be able to hold your hand this Thursday as we are
Cannot
watching the Fantastic Four
wait.
together with our popcorn buckets and soda.
Fantastic Four.
Yeah, super excited for that
I
one.
already tried some of the soda mixes when I went and saw Superman again, and they were pretty good.
Well, you wait for the previously recorded podcast review of the soda, not the movie, but
Not the movie,
the
strictly
stuff-
the soda.
the Galactus $80 popcorn bucket and the 4 sodas.
Can't do it. Can't do
But
it.
thank you again.
We love you all.
Bye.
Thank you for listening and have a fantastic week.